G'day folks, I just happened to be driving past one of my favourite fishing spots today, and that's Waranga Basin. So naturally I packed a rod and reel so that I can wet a line as I pass. I've got my trout rod and reel set up, or my light rod and reel set up. I'm starting off with a striped tiger nymph in banana shot colour, and I'm going to see if I can catch a redfin out there on a very eerie Waranga Basin. There's still a fair bit of smoke over here from the bushfires. I'm a fair way from the fires over here, but the smoke lingers. I reckon this lake's come up a little bit since I was here last. Last time I was here, that plane flew past me here, remember? Wow, you should feel the water. It doesn't even feel remotely cold. It actually feels very warm. It's getting a bit more refreshing as I go out. I can hear speedboats out in the distance. It's quite bizarre. Like, you can't see anything, but you can hear things. You'll see I'm just dancing my soft plastic up and down here. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Just making it come through the water like it's alive. Got him. First one. I'm just looking at these birds over here. There's a few bin chickens over there. There we go, folks. First one. Just a typical little Waranga Basin redfin. I know there are bigger fish here. I've seen photos of them, but I think they generally get caught out where it's a bit deeper. Anyway. There's not much, but there's a score on the board, folks. Our first Waranga wedfin. Our first eerie Waranga wedfin. Got him. No, I'm just in. Got him. Yes. Oh, I lost him. He hit it about 3 or 4 times. Huh. Wonder if he'll come back. He's just out there. Right, folks, I'm making a slight change here. I'm changing my nymph. I'm going to the lava lime colour. I wanted to go something dark, and I had the black and gold, which is my favourite for trout, because I reckon something dark might sort of silhouette against that really bright sky. But then I want something that's bright as well, so that the fish can see, because the water's not super clear. So I'll go to lava lime. So it's a bit darker and it'll silhouette against the sky a bit better, but it's still bright enough colour that the trout, the redfin, might be able to pick it up under the water. See how that goes. This may or may not be successful. There's a little bust up just in there. I can see a little bit of a redfin bust up. Very small redfin chasing minnows just in there, but where did they go? Oh, they're a bit too far to the right. No, I've got one. Oh, I lost him. They're still there. There's a little school of reddies in there chasing minnows in the shallows. They're just under there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Where did they go? I hooked one and lost him. Where did they go? Where did the school go? Got him. Gee, small, look. Oh, I lost him. Quick, get it back out there. There might be another one. There's a massive bust up just over there, and I'm in the middle of changing lures. Bugger. I'm going for something totally different. I've gone for something bright, but with a rattle in it as well. Look at them. They're just going to be right in front of me in a second. Quick, Robert, get the lure on. Get the lure on, quick. They're moving towards you. Last seen just in front of that weed bed. Right, you may remember this little lure. This is a jigglefishing lure. I caught a cod on it at Lake Nillicooty with my dad a couple of months ago. Right, that school was last seen just there. This lure might be a little bit too big for them though. I just wanted it because it's brighter and it rattles, and I'm going to cast it out into the deeper water shortly. I can cover a fair bit more water with it. Where they go? Gonna have to tighten my drag up because the lure's pulling drag. There was an epic bust up. There was heaps of redfin busting up. It's getting down too deep. There's a redfin on it. That's why it's getting down deep. I'm thinking it's not swimming properly. Unlike the soft plastic, because the soft plastic you feel the fish hit it. I was thinking, why isn't it swimming properly? That's why, because I've caught a redfin on it. I've caught 2 fish on this little jiggle fishing lipless crankbait now. One was about a 40 to 50 centimetre Murray cod, and the other one's a tiny weeny little redfin. I was thinking the whole time, I'm thinking, is there a fish on it? No, it's hitting the bottom. What's going on? There's a little redfin on that little jiggle fishing crankbait. The last fish I caught on that was a Murray cod, from cod to redfin. Haven't seen any bust-ups for a little while, but I am looking. There they are, over there. I can't get it in because the bloody drag's too loose. There's a bust-up over in the shallows. Do the drag up, do the drag up. Just as soon as I make a huge big long cast, they start busting up behind me. Right, in there, they were just in there. Are they still there? Be hard fishing that shallow water with this lipless crankbait. Got him! Yes, I got one. Oh, look at the size of him. He's not much bigger than the lure. Look, he's not much bigger than the little crankbait. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can buy those little lipless crankbaits. They're great fun. They're only about 10 bucks. They're it's jiggle fishing. I'll put a link in the video description below. Obviously they work. They catch cod and redfin, and they've no doubt catch yellow belly because they're in between. Mate, you've got all 3 hooks in your mouth. Not anymore, you haven't. There you go, buddy. You're going to look a little bit funny next time someone catches you. They're going to wonder what's wrong with your lips. Just say, I left them on Robbie's lipless crankbait. Sometimes it's better just to inflict a little bit of damage on the fish by ripping a bit of lip off or something than what it is to actually just leave it out of the water for ages and ages and ages and ages while you stuff around with it. It's never fun though when you have to do that. Got him! Yes! He picked that up out there a bit deeper. Still not a big fish, but bigger than the last 2 that I've caught. Actually, it's the biggest one I've caught all day. Casting out there is where the bigger fish are. Look at that. Might even get a photo of this one. I'm starting to get a bit of size out in there. Oh, buddy, you're the biggest one today by a long shot. Here's me phone. Right, folks, look at that. Still not a monster, but the biggest fish today. That is awesome. See ya, buddy. I'm enjoying casting this little lipless crankbait. Just to allow me to give you a little bit of a tip with redfin fishing. This isn't always the case, but it is quite common. What happens over around the shallow margins of the lake, there's a lot of minnows. You'll see minnows swimming around these weeds. Not far back from the minnows is little redfin, and that's why you see there's little redfin just busting up in the shallows, because they're chasing them minnows. And quite often, back in a bit deeper behind the little redfin is bigger fish, bigger redfin, waiting to catch the little redfin, which is probably what that one I just caught was doing. So rule of thumb is the bigger fish are out deeper, and that's why the boats like to go out there like that guy has. me walking around the edge here, I catch most of the small fish because I'm shore based, and that's why a boat is often an advantage to get out to the bigger fish. I know you'll still catch small fish out deep and you'll still catch big fish in shallow from time to time, but a rule of thumb, minnows, then the small fish preying on the minnows, then the bigger fish preying on the small fish, and that's sort of exactly what just happened. I caught a real tiny fish over there in the shallows, a couple out here that were a bit bigger, and a bigger one out deeper. Oh, they're off. Oh, right in front of me, look at this bust up, look. See them busting up? Right in front of me, my lure's way out there in the middle of the bloody lake. Come on, come on, come on, come on, please still be there. They're busting out, they were busting up right here. Literally right there. Right beside me. Where did they go? Come on, bust up again. Oh cool, look at that big bird. That's a whistling kite. You might hear it go. I'll have another go. About there, I reckon. Fishing the Bustups. They're not busting up for long enough. They're just busting up for a couple of seconds and they stop. Maybe there's not enough minnows in here for him to chase or something perhaps. Got him! Yes! That'll be one of the fish that was busting up. That's exactly where it was, just out there. Only a little one. Gee, I love casting at Bustups. In case you're wondering what a bust-up is, I'll explain it to you. Not all fish bust up. Redfin do. Let's get him unhooked before I get a hook in my finger. These are sharp, these hooks. Now, lovely little redfin, nice and small. In case you're wondering what a bust-up is, fish species that chase other fish and minnows often bust up, especially schooling fish. So you'll get a school of redfin will come together and they'll chase minnows around the surface, and all you'll see is, you know, 10 or a dozen fish jumping in the one spot. Just in these shallows are normally small redfin doing it. Bigger redfin will do it where there's big schools of big redfin. Out in the ocean, a lot of the big pelagic species of fish, they have bust-ups of monumental proportions. But that's what a bust-up is. It's when a group of fish or a school of fish chase little bait fish or shrimp or minnow around, and you just see the surface of the water busting up where all the fish are sticking their heads out of the water while the big chase is happening. And that's what I saw then when I casted this lure. I saw a bust-up in the distance and I cast to it, and I've caught 3 or 4 fish today just casting to bust-ups, and I've caught a couple just casting blindly out into the open. Bust-ups. It's not just great big saltwater fish that bust up. Redfin do it too, and it's great fun. If you're in a lake and you see redfin busting up in the shallow water, throw a lure at them. It can be a little soft plastic like a striped tiger nymph. It can be a lipless crankbait, a little minnow, a bladed spinner. It doesn't matter. Whatever you've got on your line, throw it into the bust up, because 9 times out of 10 the redfin will chase it and hit it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and then hopefully you can join me on my next fishing adventure.